an arithmetic progression. An arithmetic progression is a sequence such that a common difference is added to a term to get the next one. We have an example: 2, 4, 6, 8, continuing. So from 2 to 4, what do we add to 2 to get 4? We add 2, right? That means that the common difference is 2. From 4 to 6, we also add 2. From 6 to 8, we add 2. From 8, the next one will be, we add 2, we get 10. From 10, we also add 2, we get 12. And it continues like that. That is an AP, an arithmetic progression. So the first term in a sequence is abbreviated A, and the common difference is D. This means that the first term that we have in a sequence, this one, here we have 2 as our first term. We abbreviate it as A, and the common difference we abbreviate it as D. This one, the common difference is D. So our A represents the first term and our D represents the common difference. The first term, that one is A. We have said that the first term is represented by A. And then we go to the second term. So to get the second term, like here, the second term is 4. We took 2 and we added 2. So we took the first term and we added the common difference. Then we got the second term. So we'll take the first term, which is A, and we add the common difference. We get the second term. So to get the third term, we also take the second term and we add the common difference. To get the fourth term, the third term, we take the second term, we add the common difference. To get the fourth term, we take the third term, we add the common difference. So here we'll take the second term and we add the common difference. So it will be A plus D, A plus D, and then we add the common difference, D. This will now be equal to A plus D plus D. D plus D is 2D. So we'll have A plus 2D. That's how this A plus 2D comes about. And then we move to the next one, the fourth term. We take the third term, we add the common difference. So it will be A plus 2D plus D, which is 3D. So the fourth term is A plus 3D. The fifth term will be A plus 4D. And we continue like that. We can find the sixth term, the seventh term, continuing that way. So you realize that this formula for finding the nth term, we can use this to find the formula. So to obtain the nth term, we use the formula. The nth term is given by A plus n minus 1 D. We have our A here, which is the first term. And then n minus 1, n. N is the number of terms. The number of terms. So if we have 6 terms in the sequence, our n will be 6. If they tell you to find the sixth term here, the n here will be used here. If n is 6 here, the n will also be 6 here. So this will be n minus 1. And then D, which is the common difference. So how do we apply this formula? To apply this formula, we'll come and insert it. If, for example, we have been told to find the third term in a sequence, so the third term will come and insert it in the formula. It will be equal to A plus, our n is n here in the nth term. Here is the third term. So our n will be 3. We'll have 3 minus 1. 3 minus 1. So here we have 3 minus 1 and then D. So 3 minus 1 will give us what? It will be equal to 2. So we have A plus 2D, that is the third term. And when you look closely, this is equal to this. A plus 2D, the third term here is A plus 2D. The third term is A plus 2D. So you'll realize that this formula is a simplification, a simpler method of finding the nth term. You don't need to add all the terms because they can tell you to find the 30th term in a sequence. So you don't need to add all the 30 terms. You can just use this formula to make your work easier. So here we have been told to find the fifth term. Find the fifth term. The term is A plus 5 minus 1 D. So it's going to be A plus 4D. That's the fifth term because our 5 here, the the n is going to be 5. So 5 minus 1 is 4. So we have a plus 4d. So we have an example. Given the sequence 4, 11, 18, and it continues that way, they tell you to find the common difference. Find the common difference. The common difference, and they're telling you part 2 to find the 6th term. So how are we going to find the common difference in the 6th term? The first step is to find the common difference. So the common difference, we take the second term minus the first term. You can take any two corresponding terms and you subtract them. We can also take the third term minus the second term, or we can take the fourth term minus the third term. So here when we take 11 minus 4, 11 minus 4 is 7. So our common difference is 7. And you realize when we also take 18 minus 11, we also get the same answer. 18 minus 11 is 7. So our D, which is the common difference, is 7. And then we move to the 6th term here. The 6th term, finding the 6th term. You remember the formula which we had? We had said that the nth term is given by a plus n minus 1 d. So we are going to take our a, which is the first term. In our sequence here, the first term is 4. So our a is 4. And the common difference we have worked out is d, which is 7. And then we write them in the formula. We just come and write them in the formula. Where we have a, we replace it with 4. Where we have d, we replace it with 7. We are going to have the 6th term being 4 plus our n is n minus 1. N is 6. So it will be 6 minus 1. And then our d is 7. 6 minus 1 gives us 5. That's where these 5 come from. And then we have our 4 plus 35. So what do we get as the final answer? 4 plus 35 gives us 39. Hence the 6th term is equal to 39. So it's just that simple, finding the nth term in an arithmetic progression. If you have not understood, you can look at the other videos. I've done some videos on several examples.